Hey guys, so today I'm going to continue on with my Venus series and talk about Venus and Gemini. And I apologize for my crappy quality camera. I've been writing all day and I don't feel like laying around with my phone like up in my face. And yeah, I've got the hood on too. Like I'm just not in the mood to try too hard today. However, I'm still wanting to talk about Venus and Gemini because I was kind of thinking, I really wanted to get this series kicked off. You can see my dog in the background hanging out. Venus and Gemini is a fun sign to talk about. They're fun because they literally are fun. I mean, that's the best way to explain it, Venus and Gemini. Maybe a little bit too fun for some signs, compatibility-wise. But Venus and Gemini are fun to be with. When we think of Gemini, we think of the twins, the two communicators, the ones who are constantly talking. So with Venus being the way that you kind of show how you love, as well as how you expect to be loved in return or want to be loved in return, people with Venus and Gemini are very, very chatty people. They express their love verbally. They do it through communication, and love for them involves a lot of conversing back and forth. Venus and Gemini, just like Venus anywhere in your birth chart, loves variety. They have a really hard time settling down because of that. Because, I don't know, I mean, okay, this all depends on the other placements in their chart. Because, really, if you have, Venus and Gemini sitting in, a house that is, ruled by friggin' Scorpio, that's not going to be the case. It's going to be very different. Or if you had, Venus and Gemini in your 8th house, it's going to be very different as well. So I'm not going to sit there and say that they have a hard time settling down. What I can say is that it's more so that they have a hard time finding their ideal. Because Gemini is a very perfectionistic sign, and they want something very, very unique to themselves. That's a good way to put it, because they need somebody who can stimulate them, who can keep them entertained, who they want to devote and spend the rest of their life with. If not, they'll go around and do their thing with pretty much everybody. Because that is very Gemini-like. I really don't like it when people say that Gemini can't settle down because they can't. Maybe that's because I have my 8th house in Gemini, and I was a wild one when I was younger. But once you find somebody that can really meet all of your ideals, I don't think that Venus and Gemini really has a hard time settling down like they say. I think it's more so just that it takes them a lot to really find somebody that does entertain and stimulate them on a very, very deep emotional level. And it's kind of cool with them because I've noticed when they fall in love with people, it's they almost go for this brother-sister type relationship. They have very, very goofy and there's no, depth at all. No offense, Venus and Geminis out there. Depending on your other placements, like I said, this can be different, but there's no depth to their love style. Everything is optimistic and happy. It's they can take it or leave it with you. You are big to them and you're important to them, but they can bounce off and flitter and find somebody else if you're not making them happy. Venus and Gemini is just a very, very communicative sign, and they're very optimistic and charismatic, and people love them for that. Highly attractive people, both male and female. As you know, the male Venus sign is more so what they're looking for in a woman, while the female Venus sign is a little bit different. It's their femininity, kind of, but also, it is how they express their love as well. Just Venus is the feminine, while Mars is the masculine. So men with Venus and Gemini go for women like this. Women that are very, very chatty, very gossipy. Writers are a big one. As I say this, and I'm a writer. My fiance has Gemini in his 7th house, though. It's just very, very, they're just big communicators. They like to talk. And if they can't talk to somebody, they will not love you. If they can't hold, a stimulating conversation with you, love is out the goddamn window for them. And see you later. They want nothing to do with you. I would probably personally kill a Venus and Gemini. I will not lie. But I think they make fantastic... Actually, my best friend is a Venus and Gemini, and she's a wonderful woman. She's a little bit flighty and back and forth in regards to love, but she's pretty much the example of a Venus and Gemini altogether. Relationships are come and go. You can take it or leave it. The person that she would end up settling down with, it would probably have to be a very particular person. She would be super picky about who it was and who she was devoting her time with. Even if she was in a relationship, she couldn't have somebody that was attached to her hip or too demanding of her time and attention. That's just Gemini in general. It's Gemini energy in a nutshell. But they are highly optimistic, and not in like a idealistic Pisces kind of way where like they're not grounded in reality. Like sometimes they're overly optimistic to the point that they can get themselves hurt. But the cool thing about Venus and Gemini, honestly, is that they have so many goddamn options because they are attracted to so many different kinds of people. I mean, the female Mars sign will obviously factor into that, but like these people don't necessarily have like a definite type. Like they can go for many different kinds of people, and they're not super picky about like what that person is like or like what they do or like what they aspire to be even. It's more so like they just need somebody that they can fucking talk to and hang out with and be friends with. And being friends is like pretty big to them. Friends in kind of like not in an Aquarius like Venus kind of way where like they need like a really good friendship, but still it's just they're so sarcastic in the relationships. They're so like optimistic and full of life and like happy that it is a very friendly type Venus sign. So yeah, hopefully that was a good descriptor for Venus and Gemini. I think I don't really know what else to say about them. I have heard that Venus and Gemini is like or any Gemini placements in like your marriage type relationship houses is actually like a really big sign for like a soulmate style relationship, or like there's a possibility for you to meet your soulmate, because Gemini are the twins. So they're trying to find their significant other, like the other half of them. And if you like talk to somebody with like strong Gemini placements, in like a relationship oriented kind of house, they do have super like, it's like they have super strong ideals of what it is that they want. And they like will not fucking settle unless it is that person. And they don't even know like who that person is. So they're just like waiting around for like Mr. Right or Mrs. Right to like stumble into their lap. And the cool thing about Venus and Gemini, or Gemini in the seventh, is that that actually is kind of how it happens. It's not like something they have to go out and like pursue. Like your love interest just like falls into your lap and you just get lucky. Like they appear out of thin air. And normally it has to do with like some sort of communication. Somebody like says hello to you some random fucking place, but like they come to you. You don't even have to go get them. That's how cool Venus and Gemini is. So yeah, that's Venus and Gemini in a nutshell. Hope you enjoyed it.